We are discussing a matter of profound importance, the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal 2 on zero hunger in South Africa and in the world, if I may say. This goal is not merely a statistic. It represents the hope, dignity, and future of millions of our citizens. It is a pressing global challenge as governments and civil society alike, including academia, are confronted with the need to ensure a sustainable food security for all. As our population grows and climate change intensifies, the agency of food security cannot be overstated. Sustainable food security is not about just about having enough food. It's about access, it's about quality of the food, it's about the ability to produce food without compromising the needs of future generations. Hunger on its own is a multifaceted challenge that affects our economy, our health system, and our social fabric in general. In a nation as rich in resources as ours, it is unacceptable that millions of South Africans still face food insecurity. And therefore, we must confront this reality with the agency and determination. Professor Amadu spoke about the statistics of hunger relevant to our country, and I will not want to repeat that. Therefore, to achieve zero hunger, we must first enhance not only our agricultural productivity, but we must ensure equitable access to land, but also to nutritious food. This involves investing in sustainable agricultural practices, empowering smallholder farmers, and promoting local food systems. But as Amas indicated to the Food and Agricultural Organization, South Africa is on track to meet its land redistribution target by 2030, at least that one. And it's not us saying that. We quote Wandile Slobo, who has been doing magnificent work in the Agricultural Center. So we are on track in terms of the targets we set ourselves and the challenges that confront our people. And we accept that by supporting our farmers, we can boost food production and create jobs, fostering both economic growth and community resilience. Therefore, we must promote sustainable farming methods that enhance productivity while protecting our natural resources. Practices like crop rotation, agroforestry, and organic farming can increase resilience against climate change and reduce the reliance on chemical inputs. Supporting smallholder farmers through training and access to technology can empower communities and boost local food production. It is therefore important and significant that universities like Stellenbosch are deeply involved in this initiative. It will be important for us in government to explore opportunities to extend the awareness communities together with the university in the deep rural areas of our country that are daily confronted with food insecurity. This week, in one of the cabinet committees, and I'm not going to get you in trouble and be witnesses for me disclosing cabinet decisions before cabinet takes the decisions. But in one of the cabinet committees, we were confronted with a submission that brought into real sense the extent of our food insecurity challenge, not only for the immediate, but also for future generations. Interestingly, it was not a submission from the Department of Land or Department of Agriculture. It was a submission from the Department of Environment. In terms of that, South Africa has 91%, its land is 91% dry land, or 91% of South Africa's land is going to be dry land. You may think of it as an environmental issue, but it has implications not only for land, but for food security. Now I understand why the villages in Limpopo and Bembe are experiencing drought. I'm sure you've seen the images on television because we have dry land, so we're not able to retain enough water underground that even in the slightest of droughts, we can have resilience in production. And that for me was telling, and when that penny dropped, we then agreed that we have to have a dedicated relook on how do we build not only food security resilience, but drought resilience. And while land preservation is more important for this country, because that impacts the ability for South Africans to have access to food.